Hi, this is Annie. So yesterday I did a video on law of attraction, sorry, and I shared recently that I have been struggling with a Virginia creeper rash, and I was watching something earlier today, and it triggered a thought process within me. And what I was thinking about is where I got this rash. I had it last year. I had this same thing for like 3 months after doing yard work. I just could not get rid of it. And this time when I broke out, I was noticing a couple weeks ago when I broke out, I was breaking out in some of the same places that I broke out before. What triggered for me this morning was that we get a lot through our DNA. Ancestral programming that is passed down from generation to generation to generation, we end up having to deal with sometimes when it's not even ours. And what process that I was going through this morning was that when things happen to our physical body, we have a pattern that I'm losing my train of thought here. We have a body memory. When you experience that, when you have something amputated and they say you have the pain, what it is, it's a body memory. It's a body memory that you used to have a limb there and you no longer have that limb. The same thing is happening, and it made me think of this Virginia creeper because I'm wondering the fact that I've broken out in some of the same places and some of the really hard places to get rid of are the same places that was hard to get rid of before. And I think it's body memory. So there's a movie out that talks about this, and I know Jane Seymour is in it, and somebody receives a heart from someone else, and this person who receives the heart picks up characteristics that the person who died and was an organ donor, they used to have those characteristics. And it's discovered, I think it's, there may be 2 movies out about this kind of thing, and I think that's the one that they discover later, that the original person had these characteristics. The person who received the heart did not have these certain, it was like foods that they like. I don't remember what all it was, but it was maybe listening to different music or something like that. And it was discovered that the original person had, these were the things that this original person liked. That's body memory. So our blood, our organs, our tissues, it all holds memory. And that may seem to sound really foreign, but there have been studies on it with transplant stuff, that there are memories that are held within. And even people have even talked about the way animals are killed, like cows or chickens or whatever, the way they're raised or killed, and then we eat them, that we're taking in some of that stuff within our own bodies. I wanted to explain all of this to you because I think it's very relevant with law of attraction. You may have unconscious things that are going on within you that you're not aware of, that is coming from it could be ancestral stuff that was carried down. It could be from something that you ingested, taken in some way. But there are a lot of things going on the subconscious level that we're unaware of. So you may find it difficult to give up some of your patterns that you're aware that, like, you think negatively and you don't want to be that way, but you don't know how to change it, or that you've tried to change it and you still find yourself going back to the same thing. So I want you to be aware. It's not impossible. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that open your mind and have the awareness that you energetically may be holding stuff in your subconscious that you're not aware of, that help you to stay stuck into patterns that you really wouldn't want, maybe don't want, and want to even change. Okay? So I don't know, as this was processing through me today, this morning, I really felt like it was important to share it, for you to have the awareness of it. So as we move from law of attraction, I wanted today to talk about the law of deliberate creation. And this again comes from Abraham Hicks information. And law of attraction, we're creating our lives according to our energy and what we're attracting to us. That can be positive or negative. My kitty's coming in. Let me shut my door. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry. I'm taping.
Oh, sorry. I heard you talking. I didn't know if you were on a phone call.
No, I thought it was the cat coming in.
Oh, okay, fine.
It was my granddaughter. She heard me talking, so she thought maybe I was on the phone, and I had the door cracked so the cat could come in. So she didn't know if it was okay to come and visit or not. So where was I? So we're creating our lives by law of attraction, whether we're doing it consciously or whether it's happening because we're holding these energies in our subconscious and we're not even aware of it. Okay? What the law of deliberate creation is about is becoming more conscious of what we're doing, what we're thinking, what our actions are, how we're creating what we want our life to be, and moving more in that direction of creating it how we want to, not just by it happening without us really understanding why we're creating what we've created. Wish I could come up with a good example. And there's my Instapot. Hold on. Just needed to release the pressure. So whether or not, okay, so let's use this as an example. Money is always an issue for everybody, okay? If we don't understand that we're living in lack, and lack is wanting something that we don't have, it's thinking, how am I going to pay my bills? Or I would like to have this, but I don't have the means to get it. Or praying or bargaining for, if you help me create this in my life, then I'll do this kind of thing for you. Some people will do that kind of thing. But it's not having the understanding. It's that when you're wishing for things, when you're constantly looking at, I need this, it's living in lack. It's because you don't have it. It's an energy of lack. So what you want to do to deliberately create is, one, you have to have gratitude for everything that you have. You have to start seeing the little things in your life and looking at them with gratitude and appreciation that you have what you have. It could always get worse, right? You could always find yourself in a situation that is not as favorable as the one you're living in. So having appreciation for everything that you have in your life is the first thing that you need to do to be able to deliberately create. Then also you want to keep your mind focused on what your thoughts and actions, what your words are, like we talked about with the law of attraction, and catch yourself and make the changes and start to look at your belief systems. So if you catch yourself having a negative thought, think about, what must I believe that I feel I need to express or have this negative thought within me? If it's something about fear, why do I have this fear? What is my belief? Is it that I'm not safe? Do I have a belief that I'm not safe, that I'm afraid of blank, 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 whatever it is? That's the kind of avenue that you need to do, is start doing self-reflection, start looking at the things that are creating your thoughts and your words to be on the negative, to not be focused on the gratitude and the appreciation for what you have in your life. This includes difficult situations. You know, some people refer to our lives here as an earth as we're at school. We're at Earth School. And we're here to learn whatever it is that we chose to learn. Now, there are such things as soul contracts that we interact with other people to help us learn things. And Carolyn Mace's Sacred Contracts is a great book about sacred contracts. I do feel like before we came into this life, we sat with our guides, angels, our master teachers, and said, I want to learn to be a more compassionate person. So can we set up scenarios to teach me about compassion? Nobody learns by things coming easy to them. Let me just say that, okay? Think about it in your life. If you had everything go perfectly in your life, you had all the money that you could want, you could work or not work because you have the money for it, you had perfect relationships, and there was never any struggle or strife or disagreements or anything, and your life just was like perfect. Everything in your life is perfect. Would you learn anything? Have you ever thought about that? When we have experiences in life, we have struggles of any kind, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's with money, our relationship with money, whether it's our health, whether it's our jobs or our careers. If there is a struggle in any part of our life, you can bet that you're trying to learn something. Your soul has set something up for you to learn something. So let's say we decided we wanted to come and learn about compassion. Okay? What kind of experiences might you experience in order to learn about compassion? Well, you may experience a lot of people in your life who go through a lot of struggles that may be illnesses. Maybe you have people in your life who go through a lot of serious illnesses, and maybe if you're able to step into their shoes and see what they're experiencing, it helps you to learn about compassion. Forgiveness is a great one. What if you came here and want to learn about forgiveness? Which, by the way, I think is probably, I didn't realize it until maybe the last couple of years. I think that is probably one of my things, that I wanted to learn a deeper level of forgiveness. What kind of experiences would you need to have to really grasp and understand forgiveness? Well, probably betrayal, people victimizing you, people keeping secrets behind your back, lying to you about things, all of those kind of things. Anything that would put you in a position that you need to forgive for. Okay? Now and I had a teacher who taught about this, that there really is no need for forgiveness, because it's designed. It's designed to help us learn. One of the biggest things about forgiveness is forgiving ourselves. Forgiving ourselves for falling victim to certain things, for allowing people to betray us, for not seeing what was going on right in front of our eyes. It could be any number of things, but self-forgiveness is huge. A lot of times when we're angry with other people, we're angry at ourselves first. So, keeping that in mind, knowing that our soul helps us experience things in our lives to set us up for situations to learn things, can you find appreciation and gratitude for not only the situations, but the people that have brought those lessons to you? Earlier this year, I was going through some things with some people, and it was really difficult to go through. I'm telling you, I was a mess emotionally for probably a couple weeks. But what I learned about that was that these people were showing me that I don't value myself enough. I had some realizations that things have been said to me in my life that I bought into and I believed, and they're not true. And I now have learned that lesson, that my heart is pure. And without going into the situation of it, just know that I learned a lot of things through that experience, and I now can have gratitude for the experience of the situation and the people who were involved in helping me to see what I needed to see and learn. And when you have those experiences in your life,